Hi folks, my perspective here. This is a quick follow-up on my last video clip, Flat Earth, what time is it? In that video clip I dealt with flight paths. Let's have a look at that, right? So some people fail to get the point. This map is a flat planar surface. It's been extruded off a ball surface. This is what we are told. Therefore, it's a flat map. It's a flat planar surface. Those flight paths are curved. Those curved flight paths are on a flat map. So what some people are doing, they're imagining that the map is a ball. It's an illusion. It's just the way they work in the system. Everything is a mind game. Remember, this map is flat. So the shortest distance between Hong Kong and LAX is a straight line. The shortest distance between Hong Kong and JFK is a straight line. They just show you these curved flight paths, which are long flight paths. Do you understand? This is a flat map. These curved flight paths do not make this map a ball. It's a flat map. It's part of the illusion. To illustrate the point, there's two islands, right? The shortest distance between these two islands is a straight line. So the yacht taking that straight line will travel a shorter distance. The yacht on the curved path, well, it's a longer path. So now I map this flat map onto a ball. Does the long path now all of a sudden change? No. The curved path is still longer. Nothing's changed. It's just an illusion. If you turn the map, if you turn the ball that way on top, it just looks shorter. But it's an illusion. That's the way they work in the system. Everything's an illusion. You have to look and think. Look, this is a flat map. It's a planar surface. It's been extruded off the so-called ball Earth. So if we look at the size of Greenland, right? If we look at it's called the Mercator map, right? If we look at the size of Greenland and when it's been projected onto the ball, the sizes change. It distorts. Look at the size of Australia. Look at the size of the South Pole. Do you understand? It's just part of the illusion. So for you to draw the shortest distance, you would have to draw it on the Mercator map as a straight line. These flight paths are curved. The shortest distance would be from Hong Kong to LAX in a straight line. So as I mentioned in that video clip, the shortest distance between these two dots is a straight line. If I map this planar surface, if I UV map it onto a ball, onto a sphere, the shortest distance would still be the straight line. That's true, and we're going to prove it in another way. So the point was, the plane traveling on the red route was actually, its flight path was actually curved. Its flight path was longer. The plane flying on the green route was a shorter route. And the routes all work out on a flat earth map. Because airplanes fly in straight paths, because it's about money. It's about money. They're not going to waste time flying around in circles. So some folks said, well, if I got a ball, right, and I got a piece of string and I pull the piece of string, whoa. Why are you using string? The string doesn't have a memory. You can twist the string and you're not going to measure anything. So it would be more appropriate to use a piece of wire. You stick a piece of wire through the ball, you bend it around the ball, right? That wire has a memory. Now you can measure on that ball with that piece of wire because it retains its shape, right? So let's have a look at that. If I take a piece of wire and I stick it right through the middle of a ball, straight through, I bend that wire around, right? And that's the flight path of that aeroplane. Now I can rotate that wire on its x-axis. I can spin it around the ball this way and that way. The distance is the same, right? I spin it around. I'm rotating that wire on its x-axis. I can rotate it on its y-axis. Distance still the same. But if the flight path is not through the middle of the ball, It's not the same thing. Do that with a piece of wire through the ball. Now you cannot rotate that piece of wire, because if you do, you'd have to rotate the wire through the ball. So the shortest distance would be that distance. Measuring it with a piece of string, it's just part of the illusion that people want to create. It's part of the trickery that they use to deceive people. It's part of the illusion. So the shortest distance then, if you push that piece of wire through the ball and you're not going through the middle of the ball, that would be the shortest distance between those 2 points. So let's just illustrate the point in another way. Right, here's a man, right? I've got a green cokie and a red cokie. I can say to you, well, the shortest distance between his one earlobe and the other earlobe would be across his mouth. So I draw a line across his mouth. But you can go and draw the line across his nose, under his eyes, and across his cheek back. And depending where you stand, the red line can look like it's the shortest distance. But the right way to do it would be to map it in a flat plane and then draw it out. Then you can judge it and measure it. And the point is that the map at the bottom is already a flat planar surface that has been projected off a ball earth, a supposed phony ball earth. Therefore, the shortest distance between LAX and Hong Kong is a straight line, because the map is a flat map. Do you understand? So a lot of folks came, and people come and they say, I'm a flat earther, and then they start spinning the spin, and the spin doctors come, and that's their job. Their job is to mislead people. We need to think, and these people, they're not that smart. Their lies are so weak, it's easy to see through their lies. We just need to stop and think. So I've got an island, I've got a triangle. If I project that triangle onto a ball, the triangle will warp. It has to. But the real distance between them is still a straight line. It's a mind game of illusions. That's the way they work in the system. Everything is designed to mess with your mind. And these people, as I said, they're not that smart. Look, let's take the issue about distance and speed. These two airplanes are flying the same speed. It's logical that the airplane flying in a smaller circle will get to where he's going quicker. Time will be different for him than the plane flying around the circumference, the outside ring of the circle. It's as simple as that. So if we put a spin on that, nothing changes. The point is that these two planes will experience a different time. The length of the hours will be different for them, because he's traveling in a smaller circle. His watch, the fact that he's traveling in a smaller circle, his watch still travels at the same speed. His watch doesn't slow down now because he's traveling at the North Pole. You get it? So the same with an aeroplane flying across the North Pole and an aeroplane flying around the equator. Right? Look at the time zones that they have to cross. Now let's wind it back. Right? Think of a watch. Now, if both planes are spinning with the Earth, look at the time zones. Now think about the airplane that's flying in a smaller circle. Now his circle gets bigger and bigger and bigger. What happens? His time has to change. And airplanes do not experience this phenomenon. So think of an airplane flying from the North Pole to the South Pole. Right? The airplane flying around the equator, they're flying the same distance, they're flying the same speed, and the Earth is spinning for both of them. So what they teach us, that the planes are spinning with the Earth. The time zones for these two planes and their time experience will be totally different. The aeroplane flying from North Pole to the South Pole will have a different time experience to the aeroplane flying around the equator. The aeroplane flying around the equator, his time will be constant, but it won't be like that for an aeroplane flying around the North Pole. So aeroplanes do not experience this issue. Right. Let's just have a look at that a bit more. Right. So the airplane flying, watch his hours, the airplane flying around the equator. It's constant. If his speed is constant, so both planes traveling at the same time. But now watch the zones for the airplane flying across the North Pole. It will also be different for him. Right? So the Earth's not spinning here, the plane's not spinning with the Earth. We're just looking at the time zones and the angle that airplane flies across those time zones. Right. Do you understand? Now we're going to rotate the ball Earth with the airplanes. And look what happens. Look at the time. The time for the plane flying around the equator, his time is constant. But the guy flying over the North Pole, look at the length of time. Each pizza slice is an hour. So look how the hours would speed up and the hours would slow down. But his watch on that guy in the airplane, his watch will be constant. In other words, when he lands, his watch, his time on the airplane will not match the reality. This doesn't happen, therefore the Earth is not a spinning ball. Do you understand? It's just part of the nonsense that we're living in. It's part of the matrix. It's just an illusion. It's to block out the real world from your mind. So all the decisions that you make, the Earth is flat. The decisions you make and everything you make, if you're living in a dream world, your decisions is based on that dream world. And the decisions is based on what the decisions they want you to make. Your choices are the choices that they want you to make. They're not your choices. If you're living in an illusion, your choices is based on the illusion. You would not make those choices if you were not living in that illusion. It's manipulation, it's propaganda. Remember, these people, they're not that smart. For somebody to brainwash you and to mislead you and to mislead little children through the education system is disgusting. It's despicable. They deceive you from a young child right until your adult life. So remember, these are flat maps. These flight paths, they're just an illusion. Because this is a flat map, the path has to be straight. They just make these curved lines to put that impression in your mind that you keep seeing the ball Earth. So time and distance and the speed of the airplanes match on a flat Earth with the sun moving. The time, each airplane here experiences the same time. Time doesn't speed up or slow down for these airplanes. That's the issue. The flight paths are straight. Time is constant for each airplane. So, that's how they work in the system, They send their puppets round, and it's despicable when someone says, I'm a flat earther, but it's like this and it's like that. And they're only here to mislead you. You need to look and think and reason. Be careful. And it's despicable, that they'll come and say, I'm a flat earther, but it's like this and it's like this and it's like that. Just remember who they are. And they can't hide who they are. You can see right through them. You just read what the person writes. You just say, oh, well, there you go. He's just a puppet. So we have to take the abuse from them. And it is what it is. And I don't care. They can abuse us. Well, the point is, we know they're lying. And we're throwing the lies back in their face and exposing it for what they are. So cheers and thanks for watching.